Welcome to the April Fool's edition of Golf Improvement Weekly Live. This week we have some great ideas for you that you can practice at home to get ready for your golf season. We're going to kick off right away, a couple towns over. Jordan Hamlin, he's going to be talking about follow through, specifically on the shorter shots where we see people get too handsy sometimes. Hey Jordan, show us how to chip and use our wedges around the green like a player.
Thanks, Mark. I'm out here in beautiful La Quinta, California once again. I hope everyone's staying home and staying safe. My grandmother and I have been, and I hope you are as well. So I'm here to talk to you about the follow through today. So many people have so many questions about the follow through. We don't get too in depth in the follow through here at GMS because your follow through is just a result of the backswing. Now, what does that mean? Well, when I was in 6th grade, we did a science project and we were building roller coasters, and how this worked was you'd get foam tubes, you'd cut them in half, and then you had a marble that you'd roll down those tubes. And the laws of gravity said, if my hill went up to this point, once I started going down, the next hill that I made couldn't be above that top point. I could even make a loop-de-loop as long as it was shorter than that last point. Now, what does that mean in our golf game? Well, a lot of people don't know if they should follow through really high on their follow through, if they should follow through left, if they should follow through low, if they should follow through in to out. Well, I'm here to show you how you should follow through. Now, like I said, if our backswing's going just above knee high on our backswing, on my forward swing it should go slightly below knee high. Why is that? Because friction of the air is slowing this club down. Friction of the golf ball is slowing this club down. Friction of the ground is slowing this golf club down. A lot of people think that if your forward swing is shorter than your backswing, you're de-accelerating. That's not necessarily the case. That's how you get feel. You're letting gravity bring this golf club down and do all that work for you rather than being violent with our hands every single time. So here's a drill for you to do at home. I have a couple of alignment aids set up here. I just have a little pool noodle here, which is about knee high. So how the drill is going to work, I'm going to make a couple practice swings, making sure my club gets above this noodle, and then on my follow through I'm going to control this club with my body, with my hands, and with my arms all at the same time, and not let my club hit this noodle on my follow through. So it's going to look something like this. I'm going to make a couple practice swings. Now, this is super critical when you're doing this drill. Make sure you're saying that tick-tock out loud. Make sure you're keeping a true pace of swing and not slowing down so you don't hit this noodle. I still want you to keep the same momentum coming through the golf ball, but I want you to be violent through the golf ball so you hit this noodle. So, out loud saying tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Those felt pretty good, so I'm going to step up and I'm going to hit it. Tick, tock. And it got right up in the air and it's in our box out there. Watch one more time. You can see that ball still getting up in the air. It's got a lot of backspin on it because I'm hitting ball first, ground second. Now, if you have any other questions about your follow through, make sure to put them down in the comments. Thank you, Mark. This is Jordan Hamlin with Golf Made Simple. Have a nice day.
That was great, Jordan. Thank you. Thank you so much for talking about that. Because we've been seeing it for years. People around the green that what should be relatively simple shots, and I say relatively simple, it should be easier to do a shot like that than it would be swinging all the way up here and hitting a hybrid or a fairway wood or even a 7-iron or a big wedge shot or a driver. It is relatively easy, and it should be, but many people have trouble with it. And a lot of it is going back to, I learned it when I started playing golf, and for many years as a golf professional believed in it, same distance back and same distance through. But going through and becoming a more experienced teacher, absolutely agree with Jordan. Don't worry about how far the follow through goes, just through and wherever the body goes, just end it. If I go back to here, there's nothing wrong with stopping it here. I'm not trying to consciously, I'm not trying to stop. It's just that's where it just naturally stops. And so many people are trying to swing and get it this high, they become real wristy down here and too overly handsy because they're trying to get it to here. And their body's not turning through and helping them do it. So great idea, Jordan. Now, to help the ladies on those shots, but out of the rough, where it's sitting down and the ball is just surrounded by this grass. It's a trap. A lot of guys can get away with it because they got thicker forearms and they're stronger in the shoulders and they can get through the grass a little bit better. Not all, and they are difficult shots. If you do have less strength in this area, it could be really tough to get through there. So we have Trisha Kumar, GMS instructor, a few towns over, under lockdown, but she's gonna help you with getting the ball out of the rough. Hey Trisha, I know there's a lot of people looking forward to hearing this one. What do you got for us?
Well, have you ever been in a situation where you're about that far away from your target and your ball is sitting inside the rough where there's a lot of grass behind that golf ball? And we struggle with this as women. Why? Because we lack that upper body strength. Our shoulders are a lot weaker than a man's shoulders are. We have weaker wrists, we have slower swing speed. So the men can get away with it and we are usually stuck with this problem. So say you still had this situation and you were trying to get it out of there. So you set up and then you take it back and then chunk it right in there. It's gone about 6-7 yards away from you and this is a tough shot. But if you do this one drill that I'm going to tell you, it's going to be the easiest shot you have ever had, right? It's called the center forward drill. You're going to set up with your ball position in the middle of your stance and then move that center forward. When I say center forward is I'm referencing to this part of my chest or where the buttons are on my t-shirt, right? So you're going to set up and move that center forward. Now you see my center is way past that golf ball. From here, set up, ball position in the center of your stance, move that center forward or preset that center forward, and you hit it. Take it back and through. So when I talk about presetting that center forward, I see a lot of golfers who set up like this. So they set up bandstands, regular grip, and they go there. Now what is wrong with this? Well, I can still feel my weight forward, but what's still back? My center is still back. And if I take a back swing and come down, because the arc of that club is going to be so much behind the ball, it's going to still hit behind the ball. Preset that center forward, take it back and through.
So when the ball's sitting down here like this, because if you don't have the strength in your arms and you swing and you come here and your center is behind the ball, my weight and energy is back here. Now I'm trying to use just my arms to get through this gnarly grass. It's just not gonna work. But if I hear and I kind of cheat a little bit over this way, now my center's here. When I come down, besides bringing the club down more on the back of the ball and hitting less grass, where's my energy? It's in front of the ball, so it's still kind of pulling my arms through. So instead of trying to push your arms through, you're allowing your body to naturally pull it through a little bit more by just cheating there a little bit. It does work, and we can always help you using premium support. Now, last week, Brandon Bittner, GMS instructor, came on and spoke about understanding expectations and understanding about what is often called as choking. And he's going to continue this week with helping you understand what we call coaching performance, which to many people out there, you might think of as an intangible. Where the golf swing and the mechanic is tangible, it's something you can see, feel, etc., see the results of it when you hit the ball. But what are the intangibles? The intangibles are what make the best players the best. They're the ones that separate the PGA Tour player from the mini tour player, who's an amazing golfer, whose golf swings are incredible. But the intangibles are what makes somebody into a PGA Tour player and then makes them into Brooks Koepka, Tiger Woods, etc. Brandon Bittner is going to be helping you with that. Last week, he spoke about choking. This week, wow, he's going to show you how you can understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and then how to practice them. Brandon, get us excited.
Mark, thank you. It's a privilege to be back this week speaking with everybody and talking about performance and building on our concepts from last week for performance on the golf course. So if you haven't seen last week's episode, I encourage you to go back to our YouTube channel and check it out, because this week I'm going to be building on those concepts and talking about what you should and should not be doing on the golf course around the green. But more importantly, giving you at home the tools using a results-based approach to figure that out on your own so that there's no debate about what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. Because we all know on the golf course how hard or intimidating a shot over a greenside bunker to the flag is. Because there are consequences. And because there are consequences, that brings about what? Pressure, anxiety, stress, fear, whatever you want to call it. And if you see Mark's prior videos, as anxiety goes up, where does skill go? Down. So putting you in a situation where you're confident to execute the shot is of the utmost importance. So to help you figure that out this week, I have a challenge for you. And it's going to involve a shot over a greenside bunker to the flag. Whereas here, I have a bed sheet simulating the greenside bunker. And then I have a purple target out there simulating my flag stick, and that purple target is right in the middle of a 12-foot by 12-foot box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit 5 shots from 20 yards away from that target over the greenside bunker, and then we're going to go up and look at my results, and we're going to find the median distance from my target and record it. I'm going to do it 5 times with a middle trajectory shot, 5 times with a high trajectory shot, and 5 times with a low trajectory shot. I'm going to start with my middle trajectory shot. Here we go. Let's give it a try. I went back and I hit my 5 golf balls from a low trajectory and 5 golf balls from a high trajectory. What you're seeing here are the results from my high trajectory shot. From the low trajectory, the golf balls trended long, and the median distance was about 7.5 feet from the target. Here, as you look at the results here, these are trending short. And if you notice, the closest golf ball here, so I'm going to move this golf ball away. My closest shot, the next closest one here, is going to go away. And my 2 furthest here are also going to be thrown away, which leaves me with this golf ball right here. And as I measure it from my target to the golf ball, just over 10 feet. So my median distance on my high shot is 10 feet, low shot 7 feet, and on my middle shot, my middle trajectory is 4 feet. So when I go play golf, I now know that my middle trajectory shot is the shot I'm going to play every time I have the opportunity. And I know for me that even though I feel proficient at it, my high shot I'm not hitting that shot unless I absolutely 100% have to. And for those of you at home, if you're in the same boat, you may be able to get away with your strength and aiming a little further right or a little further left of your target and be okay with being a little further away rather than risk it being short in the bunker or over the back of the green in trouble where those consequences lie. So learn your strengths by doing this challenge, and when you're on the golf course, play to your strengths and avoid your weaknesses. But let's improve those weaknesses through practice. I'm looking forward to speaking with you next week, as well as joining you with our premium IFL program over video conference very soon. Back to you, Mark.
Wow, that's really good. Finding your medium ball will show you where your strengths and where your weaknesses are, so that you can use, in a sense, analytics, which they're using in all sports now, to understand what type of shot you should hit in different situations. And most people just go up and they're in the imitation phase. They imitate the best players in the world, although their skills don't imitate the best players in the world. And when that happens, it's a recipe for not meeting your expectations and becoming frustrated, which makes it even harder to meet expectations next time. Now, what are you doing to help yourself? Even before lockdown and quarantine, most people that we see spend their days driving a car, sitting down like this, sitting at a desk like this, hunched over like this, and that's not good for the body. Let alone for your golf game, but just for your body and standing around. I know I was that way, and now I feel great. I'm standing up. My swing is better than ever. I'm able to move my body loosely. I always struggled for a loose, smooth golf swing. Well, I tried everything to do it mechanically. I didn't work on my body. Now my body is loose. It's easy to move through. I can do all that moving, and my swing is smoother than ever. So what are you doing with your body to help you swing smoother, but also maybe enjoy life a little bit more? One thing that's really helped me and may help you is understanding the balance of your body. Meaning this, it's very easy to stand on 2 feet and stand up, but can you stand up on 1 foot? Now, why is that important? Are you going to be doing that? Standing like this? No, but the more you can learn to balance on 1 foot, the more you can balance better on 2 feet. Whether you're walking or swinging a club or playing tennis or just walking around your house and maybe stumbling, you'll be able to catch your balance a little bit better instead of falling down. So a suggestion that you can do right now is just stand up, feet fairly close together. Can you pick up 1 foot and can you stand there for 10 seconds? Now, if you have trouble with doing this, go against the wall, so in case you do fall, you got something. But if you can do this for 10 seconds, can you get it up here for 10 seconds? If you can do this for 10 seconds, can you get it out here for 10 seconds? Everybody's level is going to be a little bit different, and it's based on how much you practice balance. I practice this, but I practice balance a lot of different ways. I trail run, that helps me with my balance. I ride my bike, that helps me with my balance. I'm always trying to do it. So, can you stand up like this for 5 or 10 seconds, just a little off the ground? Okay, now, can you do it with the other leg? And when you do it with the other leg, are you just as stable or are you even more wobbly? Well, if you're more wobbly, it's telling you that's a weakness. And most golfers, if we go back to golf, they have more trouble balancing on their left leg than the right, because that's your non-dominant side. And if your left leg isn't as stable as your right, what's going to happen when you swing the golf club? If this isn't feeling the balance, if you can't stand and support your weight just like this, standing statically, how are you expecting to allow your body to get through the ball like this when it is balanced on this foot? That's why so many people, because of that imbalance, maybe being stronger, more balanced on the right side, would don't you think that could be contributing to, well, I don't want to get forward because I can't balance on this left leg? Maybe that's one reason you're getting stuck back here, because this is where you're comfortable and know you're not going to fall on your face. Practice your balance for golf, practice it for life. My suggestion, 5 or 10 seconds. If you have trouble with balance, stand next to a wall so you can lean against it if you have to, but can you stand like this just up here like for 10 seconds or even 5? And then once you can do that, can you do it with the other leg? And then once you can do that, can you go back to this and get it up here so the leg is straight like this? And then can you do it this? And then once you can do that for 10 seconds, can you get it where you can stand up like that for 10 seconds? Don't try to be a hero and try the hardest one. I didn't start there, but I am there now. I suggest that you do the same. Thank you for tuning in for this week's program. And remember our premium support, where you can have a live one-on-one golf lesson with any of those people that you just saw in the videos that were so good. You can ask questions about your golf swing, whether you want specific questions with Jordan, Tricia, Paul. Do you want to talk about performance and how to practice more effectively with Brandon so you're just not hitting ball after ball at the range aimlessly, so you can actually work on something and put together a practice plan with Brandon? You want any of that? You want premium support by Golf Made Simple at www.golfmadesimple.com/premium, PREMIUM, where you can look up instructor bios, select your instructor, select your time. If it's not worth it, we'll give you your money back. Bless everybody that's watching and your families. We're all gonna make it out of this. We're all gonna make it out of it. Remember, turn lemons into lemonade. And the way to do it is stay active, continue working your brain instead of just staring at the TV, and remember to smile. And I hope we could be a part of that. Thank you so much. Stay healthy.